Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. So this will be part 2. I'm going to attach my new exhaust. I'm going to put the clutch on with the shoes. Basically get this ready to be installed. The only thing I don't have extra of would be the engine mounts. So when I go to put it in the buggy, which it'll probably be my Techno, I'll just use the engine mounts that are already in there. So, got oil all over that bearing. Alright, so, got a new glow plug because the other one was toast. Running the OS P3 Ultra Hot. And for those of you that don't know, this is what they call a turbo plug. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm just a hobbyist. I don't know all the different ins and outs to these things. Make sure we get it in there straight. I don't want to cross thread it. Yeah, that other one that I took out was in there pretty tight. Threads looked a little janky. Found a little tough spot there, so that's one of the few issues that I've found with this engine. Just how they had the glow plug in there. So I got it in there nice and tight, like it's seated all the way. Try to get my light on it here so you guys can see. It is seated all the way in there. Hoping that those threads are okay. They had that other plug crank down in there, and I mean, maybe they did mess up the threads, and that was to make it so it wouldn't leak. So, anyways, there's that. So we got the inside of our carburetor clean. So we'll go ahead and reinstall. I'm sorry, I say the inside of the carburetor. The hole that the carburetor goes into, down inside the engine block. So I'm sure we'll have to adjust all this when we go to put it in the car, because I don't have it all set up for the linkage yet. We're just getting it in there. Just like any engine, any car. There's always a final touch you got to put on it when you're ready to run it. Alright, that's good and tight. Trash out of the way. Alright, so I'm trying to get this stuff where you guys can see it. So this here's a collet that came with the red Alpha 4-shoe clutch. And it actually fits this much better than that other one I was putting on in the last video. So I do have multiple clutch setups. I don't have all the shoes that I need. So I have a 4-shoe Techno clutch. But for now, I'm gonna run. I had this in a video years back. I don't know if anybody here has seen the video, but I was having trouble keeping this, like the nut kept coming unscrewed, and so my shoes were sliding up. So I'm hoping that I don't have that issue still. So I got all these pieces over here. So here's my engine springs. Now, I can't remember if this is a Losi or a Techno. They're basically the same. And if you don't have this taller gear, it won't quite reach your spur gear. So, and then I got a few different shims. Anyways, let's see, where is... Had it yesterday. Ah, found it. Still got some. It's got some good pop in it. Try to make sure it's not rubbing back here. I feel like I need some kind of shim back there. Maybe it's not a good idea to run this flywheel. I'm gonna check something here real quick. So this is my 4-shoe, sorry, I'm thinking. This is my 4-shoe Techno flywheel. Let's see how this fits on here. I like that better. It's not rubbing. Let's see here. I'm gonna use my new Alpha wrench. For those of you that haven't seen this, got this from Let's RC off of eBay. It fits in there a lot better. Yeah, definitely gonna change out these shoes at some point. Just for this video purposes, they'll be fine. I mean, honestly. I mean, there's still quite a bit of shoe lift in there. You just can't see it real well. I think these will be fine. So like I was saying in part 1, so this holding up its own weight, got good pinch, good compression. So we're gonna call it a win on this deal. Okay, so that's under good and tight. I don't feel like it's rubbing back here anymore. This shoe fits it better, or this flywheel. So let's see how well this fits. So I don't understand that, because as far as I remember, I got this with Techno. But you need one of these bells for it. It doesn't fit. wonder if this is what they consider a short crank. I don't know, but we'll see about this using this other flywheel. So many different variations of things. It's hard to get the right combination sometimes. Let's see. Nope, can't use that one. It's gotta be. Where'd it go? Oh, it's still in here. I don't know if I can get it on camera, but I can see, oh, there we go. A little bit of daylight in there, so it's not rubbing on it. Let's see if I can get it just a hair tighter. Guess I need to put my channel locks on it. That's on there good and tight. I can still see some daylight in there. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Before I put those shoes on, I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna work. Okay, much better. I can still put a little shim on it. Yeah, all right, perfect. Okay, these shoes are kind of a pain in the butt. For any of you that have not seen this, I'm gonna zoom in a little further here. So I know a lot of you out there that watch these videos have already done this and know how these go. This is for the people that have not. Okay, so we gotta get that piece of spring down in that groove. And you gotta do this without stabbing yourself. So we'll use nice big flathead. Hope I don't have the same issue with these that I used to have where they were sliding off. But anyways, so there's one. Get the spring down in there. They do make a tool for this. I have never purchased it and probably never will. I could probably do a better job, but I did cut off the big, had a big groove or whatever you want to call it. Piece of it hanging out. So I did clean that up a little bit. Ouch. So now, since it's behind, where are we at? Since it's down there, I'm going to use a smaller screwdriver. So there's two of them. I do need to get me a scalpel. I've seen where people use scalpel to clean the extra burrs off of this. There, so push that on all the way, like so, and make sure it's all the way down. And you can see the little spring, the end to the spring in there. All you do is just reach down there with your screwdriver, kind of push it into place. And then test it. Give it a little pop. Make sure that they're spring loaded. Now, as best that I can tell from out here, those springs are down in there. It almost looks like they're up too high. Maybe this one here is. No, it's. Let's see if you guys can see that. So it's in the groove. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably been 4 or 5 years since I bought these. I think these were the HPI heavy duty. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while though. Usually most things purple come from HPI, so I'm kind of assuming, but it kind of sounds right. So shoes go clockwise. You can't put these on backwards, and then it will not run right, because the centrifugal force isn't opening them into the bell like it's supposed to. Just for you newbies out there. All right, so now the last one. And I only need the one. We'll go with 2. So use those shims to kind of push the bell up off of the flywheel. And then also it gets this here a little bit tighter. Probably use another shim. If you don't have it shimmed right, you get too much play here. So what we'll do is we'll put the screw in and see just how much play that we get. Then I'll Loctite it all down whenever I'm done. It's probably a little bit too much play, so I'm going to put another shim underneath. It's got a nice little space here. Like, you don't want to weigh it like this, but as it sits like that, those shoes will basically, they'll be 100% covered by the bell. So, to me, that's perfect. Some people may have different opinions on how much play it needs. but it doesn't slide up off the shoes. I think that's going to be good. Just so, in case anybody's wondering, this is a 14 tooth bell. So the higher the number on this and the smaller the number on your spur gear, the more top end you're going to have. So but when I put this engine in, it may be a little bit faster than the other one I have in the Bucky that only has a 13 tooth on it. I'm not going to change the spur gear, but changing this pinion even by that one gear, this will have more top end and the other one will have more torque on the bottom. So hear a lot of people saying how, you know, an engine will make it faster. It'll give you more power to get through those gears quicker, but it's only going to go as fast as those gears allow it. So whatever you're geared for is going to be your speed. Your power coming off your engine, or even the electric on a regular motor, you know, the more powerful it is, the faster it's going to push you through those gears. That's pretty much the way it works. Okay, so now the only thing left, and I'll have to look and see. I don't know if I have an extra air filter to keep on this. I think what I'm going to do is put that on there until I'm ready to put a bell on it. So I hope keep some of the dirt out of it. So so for the best part, so for those of you that see my other videos with the B852 that I also have in my Buggy, I have the same 2159 exhaust on it. So when I got these, I don't remember the exact price, but I know that by buying two of them, I did get them cheaper. I don't remember how much cheaper. I think it was like probably $10 for each one. So, and I bought a second one just knowing eventually I was gonna get me another engine to put it on. This does have a gasket on it, and I think it seems like it's in pretty good shape. Oh yeah, I mean, that's got a nice tight fit to it, so I think I'm going to keep that on there. Of course, if I end up with an exhaust leak and it's not working properly, I will change that out, but I'm going to hang on to this. Have me an extra one, an extra brand new one. Alright, so let's set this back here out of the way. You know what? I'm gonna get this crud off my hands so I don't get it all over this exhaust. It's way too pretty. I'll be right back. Alright. Magic of camera. Alright. You know what? I just realized I got a bunch of junk on my paper towel here. Let me dump this out real quick. I haven't looked these up enough. I know all these pipes that got bottom end, mid, top end. I really don't know. I do know these are really good looking pipes. Haven't seen much about them on YouTube, so I haven't really been able to do reviews on them. So we're basically checking them out, see what they'll do. And both this pipe and the one that I have in my Techno are the 2159. Somebody was telling me, I think it was Tony, the Australian Tony. Sorry if I got your name wrong, bud. He's telling me the 2081. I looked it up and they're not in stock. So if anybody knows where to get one, let me know. Okay, so yeah, you literally gotta stretch these out around. Kind of a pain to get on here. Okay, so that's on all the way. Just trying to get the holes for the small springs lined up. Okay. Now they have nifty little hook tools that work really well for these springs, but unfortunately it is not a tool that I have. Nor do I have my needle nose. Where'd they go? Alright, found them. So sorry for not getting it all on camera. Sometimes it's hard for me to see what I'm doing if I'm letting you guys see what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't think I got it all the way in there. Alright, let's see. Okay, I think it's in there better. Now, not only do I like how much better these hold than like the silicone coupler with the zip tie, I mean that doesn't really give you much. So you know, these springs work really well at holding it tight. Well, it's the second time I've slipped off of it and it landed in the hole, so I guess that's a good thing. Here, I gotta look at this up and close in the light. Okay, looks like we're in. It's kind of hard to tell in these short little springs. But what I was saying was, not only do these springs hold a lot better than those couplers, man, they look really slick as well. Sorry, I know that wasn't really on camera much. It's hard to get these in the hole. We're digging at the chrome on it. Anyways, so they're in. Yeah, looks like they're all fully inserted. Okay. Yeah, they got these little tools. It's basically a hook that you can hook on that spring and pull. I'm sure they work a lot better than needle nose. I just don't have one. Maybe if I back out. Yeah, I think these springs are even harder to get on than those little ones. And of course, you always gotta be careful they don't go flying. Oh, sweet. That went on a little easier than I thought. So we're gonna cover up that spring scratch anyway, so that I was pointing out too. So that's why those grooves are in, because how tight these springs are. And it sits in there just like that. And then for maximum effect, we're going to put the other one on. This thing's being a pain in the butt. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm going to turn it, but I don't really know that I want to. Either way, when you go to do these, for anybody that's new at this, it always feels like they're too short, but once you stretch it out, like it's like a perfect fit. There we go. Yeah, two different springs. One of them's got really long ends on it, and the other one's kind of short, but it should stick through better than that. Give me one sec here. I feel like it's not going in there all the way, and it's gonna try to come out on me. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't like the way it's sitting there. It's not fully engaged, so I'm going to do this off camera a little bit. Bear with me. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to reset this carburetor so I can get that spring to sit better. I don't like the way it's sitting. I know it's a good thing, but Jesus. Freaking carburetors in there tight. Okay. I'll reseat it. So just making sure that it's fully seated on there. Springs are in place. All right. And then I'll Loctite this in when I go to install it. I don't want to put Loctite on it now and it just gets stuck in there for nothing. So, there we have it. Alpha Dragon 4. $80 eBay find. Got a little dent in the fin here. Oh, let me zoom in again. So, and I could see stuff like that when I was looking at it and getting ready to buy it. But not going to affect the performance on it. More or less cosmetics. But anyways, there you have it. Got a 14 tooth on it. 2159 Alpha Dragon 4. Here at some point, I'm gonna throw this in the buggy and take it up to the track. Just to have fun. I don't have time or money to race. I'd like to, but it's just it's too competitive and takes way too much money. I'll just go up there for fun. I don't know if maybe a club race or something. I don't know if they have like a sport league or whatever, but I mean, there's no way I have time or resources to go up there and just and just try and win a bunch of races. Yeah, that's not going to be an easy straighten. I didn't scratch it or nothing. I was just seeing if I could get it to move, but anyways, I'll find a better way to do it. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed part 2. Eventually, I'm going to get this out and run it. And it'll probably just go in my Techno. I do have another what you'd call a surprise coming. So stay tuned. I'll have multiple videos coming up here in the next few days, but I'll have another nice surprise coming. So for all you Nitro RC engine lovers, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.